And the police state ends with me. And we made it one more day. Folks, I'm going to make this relatively quick today. I've alluded to this several times, but I'll say it short and please reflect on it. We have a system in place that puts the police, district attorneys, and judges above the law. In other words, they're lawless. They have no law. They can do absolutely anything they want to a citizen of the United States of America and get away with it. Especially when they use their favorite police state tactic to single us out and use the media and propaganda to get other citizens to turn away from that person. They can come after you just because they want to. It is a purposeful system and tyrannical. Especially in Bartlesville, Oklahoma, and Washington County, Oklahoma, the fascist police state. These police, district attorneys, Judge Vac law, can and will use their ability to sidestep any law or accountability to terrorize any citizen just because they want to. Let that sink in. If you let these people be above the law, as they are, and get away with these lies and corruption, they will do these things. Please reflect on that. I, for one, will not let them get away with it. I will speak up and out loudly and continually. That is what the First Amendment is for. Since these psychopaths have stolen all ability to use the system, the law, the courts, as they are so corrupted by these fascists, then we will take it to the streets. Take it to the web and any other source to get the word out. As we sure can't count on the corporate-owned media that are just shills for the government police state, like Bartlesville Examiner and Washington Journal Pahuska Journal Capital, both owned by the same enormous corporation, and who both block truthful posts about Bartlesville government and Bartlesville police corruption. Both the Bartlesville Examiner Enterprise and Pahuska Journal Capital, as well as the government of Bartlesville Facebook page, block truthful posts about this corrupt activity by all of these people, and especially the Bartlesville Police. They're blocking it. I will not let these evildoers hide in the dark. Light will shine on this. You could be next, your friends, your family, your children. If this is the police state now, what will it be in 20 years? No more. And I'll just point out, I said back here at the beginning today that they're not held accountable. Please don't let the few little snacks that the media feeds to us about somebody being charged or something like that and held accountable. When we're talking about 1 out of millions, it's less than 1,000th of 1% that they're held accountable. I mean, it's virtually nil that they're held accountable. Please don't pretend because they throw one person under the bus ever so often that that's accountability. There are millions of experiences like I have where you can't even get an investigation. You can't get anybody to do anything. And it is all covered up, and the media helps them, and it's just unbelievable how much that these corrupt judges, DAs, and police can get away with. Everything, anything. I mean, what it is that since the system has turned into a system where these people can do anything, the people getting in these jobs, I've said it before, are the criminals. They recruit criminals now. They need psychopaths in there because they need people that are willing to go along with a system where everyone around them, the judges, the lawyers, the DAs, the police, are the criminals. You can't have somebody in there that wants to do some good, because if they turn somebody in, then the system doesn't work. They need everybody to be a criminal, so they're recruiting criminals. They're recruiting people that enjoy lying, harming innocent people, and will cover for anyone else doing it. That's who they're recruiting now. Of course, I'm not saying everyone. If you're a good cop, this is not about you. But again, you're not a good cop if you're standing by watching bad cops do things or covering with them and saying, well, that's my job, it's a thin blue line. That's not a good cop. And I'll give you an example. It appears that down in Louisiana, where these police officers shot and killed that 6-year-old child, that it appears that initially there was a good cop present. That cop said, oh my gosh, this is wrong, and said something about it. Basically simply just said to their supervisors, this happened and I have dash cam footage of it. But then as soon as the blue line hit, this is the reports as of right now. It could change over time, but as soon as the blue line hit, then that person said, I'm no longer going to speak about it. So he started off being a good cop. And as soon as he got pressure, he folded. That's not bravery. I'm sorry. A 6-year-old child was shot by 2 crazed, out-of-control police officers that were immediately fired. They know they were in the wrong. They've seen the video. The supervisors have seen the video, and they fired the men. And they've been charged with murder. So they know they did wrong. Okay? So enough to fire them. And now they're going to go to court. But they didn't report themselves, and their dash cams aren't the ones that caught the video. It was another officer pulling up to the scene with his dash cam that caught the video. And he's the one who reported it as wrongdoing. But then as soon as the thin blue line started covering those other cops, then he stopped speaking. He shut up, and he won't give any more statements regarding what occurred. So there's your thin blue line. You've got 2 murderers that were fired and are now charged with murder and killed a small child, a 6-year-old child, and riddled his father with bullets. And you've got a police officer trying to do the right thing, but then because he's not brave enough, folded. He folded, and now he's just staying silent. So he'll be a hostile witness in the case. So these people can now go free because he's stepping to the thin blue line. He's towing the line. Now, all this could change. He could change his mind and start speaking properly again. I mean, he didn't do anything. He didn't shoot these people. He's not at risk for that. He's just at risk of retaliation from his fellow officers for stepping over that thin blue line. He's at risk of being a good cop. So this is what I mean when I say you're not a good cop if you're not willing to turn in the bad cops. If you're not willing to be brave enough to care about the citizens more than you do about your career, then you shouldn't be in that job, because your job is supposed to care about the Constitution, which is all about the citizens. You're supposed to care about the Constitution and the civil rights, and that Constitution and the civil rights were written for the people. You're supposed to care more about the people than you do yourself. It's like I said, I'm not up here making these videos and putting my life at risk just for them to stop doing this to me. If they won't stop doing it to everyone, then I won't shut up. It's gone that far. I'm not claiming to be brave, but I'm claiming this. It's gone too far. I don't need bravery. We don't need bravery. It's simply gone too far. It has objectively gone too far. I don't care if I'm scared or if I'm shivering or if I'm brave and I feel tough. None of that matters to me anymore. It's gone too far, objectively, too far. Doesn't matter. My feelings are irrelevant here. It's gone too far. No more. The police state ends with me. And with that said, I'll see you tomorrow.